Hello everyone, some quick legal vocabulary from litigation. Now, litigation is the process of going to court to resolve a dispute. The verb is to litigate, and the two parties to the dispute, you can call them the litigants. Usually we refer to them in the UK as the claimant and the defendant. Now, in the United States, they use slightly different vocabulary. They say the plaintiff and the defendant, but we say claimant. And the reason is we modernised our court language about 25 years ago, and the US still has our old ancient language. So that's why they're different. So let's imagine a breach of contract case. When you breach a contract, you do not fulfill your obligation under that contract. So we've got a defendant who breached the contract and a claimant who's pretty annoyed about it. And what the claimant has to do is show the court their loss. And we put that in a document attached to the claim called the Schedule of Loss, and you make a list. I lost this, and this is the total. And often you can claim interest on that total, so the debt just goes on accruing and accumulating and getting bigger, and it must be pretty terrible to be the defendant. So we've got two litigants because they're involved in the court process. One breached the contract, the other one is the injured party, that's the innocent one. And what the injured party wants from the court is a remedy, and we call that a remedy for breach. And you have to tell the court which remedy you want. So for example, if I agreed to deliver goods to you on a particular date and I didn't, I breached the contract, you sue me in court, you are the claimant in the UK, I am the defendant, and you've asked the court for the remedy of damages, damage with an S, damages, money. And in the UK, most breach of contract cases are resolved with money, but we're lawyers, we don't say money, we say damages. And we ask the judge to award damages and maybe costs. Now, there are some cases where damages are not the remedy that the claimant wants. For example, I signed a contract with you to work in your restaurant. You wouldn't employ me in a restaurant because I'm British, I know that, but we'll just imagine. And the employment contract I signed had a non-competition clause in it where I said, I will not open my own restaurant within a certain geographical area of your restaurant for a period of 2 years after I leave your employment. So I leave your employment and I open a restaurant in the same street as you, very near to you. I am in breach of my contract of employment, but what remedy do you want? Do you want damages, or do you want to enforce that provision of my employment contract? What you need there is a prohibitory injunction. A prohibitory injunction is an order from a British court that says, you promised not to do this, don't do it. And if you get that injunction and I don't obey it, guess what? It's a criminal offence. I can be arrested because I've disobeyed the High Court. So maybe sometimes money isn't the only solution. Maybe you want a prohibitory injunction in some cases. The third and final remedy we'll talk about today is called an order of specific performance. Now, I'm sure you can guess what that is. It's a court saying, you promised to do this, do it. Now, it's quite hard to get an order of specific performance under English law because judges think, and I think they're correct, if you force people into a contractual situation, there's going to be trouble in the future, and those parties are going to be back in court complaining about each other. There is a famous case from years ago about an American actress who was contracted to make, I think, 5 movies for a big movie studio. And after the first one, she said, I'm not doing any more. And the movie studio, because she was the most famous actress of her day, went to court to try and get an order of specific performance. Now, would you give that if you were the judge? That's forcing people together who are going to be very unhappy over the course of 4 movies. So that's it. Those are the remedies for a breach of contract, the most important ones. Damages, which means money. Prohibitory injunction, which means stop. And if you disobey, we'll put you in a prison cell or at least a police cell. And specific performance. Are they the same as the remedies in your country, or are they different? They're probably different because, you know, we drive on the left and put milk in our tea. I hope you enjoyed that little legal English vocabulary lesson. See you in the next one.